Hello everybody, welcome to Nikki's Live, Laugh, Love Tarot World. I am Nikki and today is Friday, October 17th. A lot of energy coming at me today. I blessed my decks, I've shuffled, I spend all that time off camera so you don't have to watch that because it takes some time. I've asked their archangels Michael, Ariel, and Saint Teresa, who's my family patron saint, to come in and tell us the big messages of today. I've already downloaded and channeled. Judgment Day is here. That means blessings for those who held the light of truth throughout these last few years, especially the last 5 to 7. And now huge changes and transformations are about to be brought down from the 3D realm into the physical, where you are able to have tangible proof of what you've been holding on to as your inner faith is going to start showing. Huge, huge, huge is what I heard. Transformations for my collective. This is a collective read. Again, I want to say this is a collective general reading for everybody who's watching. Those of you that know who you are, again, I am the reader of light. I do rebuke all negative energy. I send that crap back to sender. I'm only here to explain to you all where our Earth is going today. That's where this reading is about. So if you are wondering what's happening, and astrologically, astronomy, physiologically with the Earth, this is your day, because evolution, anchoring and stability for the planets and Mother Earth is ascension. So that's what this has been all about. Especially if you've been watching About 3i Atlas and all the comments that are flying around. This is to help Earth receive light codes. And if this is out there for you, then I'm not your reader. You can skip along, because this is for people who have an open mind. This is for people who know what I'm talking about, who are on the right plane of Earth, angel, star seeds, all that kind of stuff. So if you're ready, get your coffee, sit back. I've got mine as well. I'm going to go ahead and let's get going. We're going to start with current energy. And then we're going to do future energy, blockages and challenges, and then your thoughts and feelings on everything that's happening. So let's do current energy first. Current energy first. And then we'll clarify with the decks that I've already pre-selected, which is the Light Seers and or the Wizard of Oz. I haven't quite sure. I think I'm going to pull the Wizard of Oz because I had a lot of great cards come out of that, and I've been geared toward that. That's the Oz deck, but then I could also clarify again with the Light Seers. So I thank you all for my new subscribers. I want to thank you for staying in there. If you watch the whole read, that's what helps. If you want to interact, like, share, subscribe, any kind of comment that works, except I don't respond to negative comments. So I think you're going to get that. I'm not going to respond to that. I do respond to all my messages, though, that are pleasant and supportive. I don't have time for negativity because that's not where the planet is headed. Our current energy is moving on. Here it is. The planet is moving on from the dark. We're starting to move. Currently, 6 is about stability, which is what I got over here. Stability, stability, anchoring in the stability for the current energy of the planet. Look how this dude is looking at the light that's coming in. That's fantastic. We're going to pull one for future energy, then I'll clarify them all. Future energy. This is fantastic time for our Mother Earth planet. We are evolving into, the light codes are coming in. If you looked in the sky since the government shut down, I'm not seeing any chemtrails over here. Maybe you are where you're at. I'd love to know where you're coming from. Tell me where you are, where you're reading from. I'm in America, so we're having big changes here thanks to our wonderful president. I like Trump. I think he's doing a good job. I think he's bringing peace to the world. So I'm happy to see that things are changing in the positive direction. You're going to see ugliness a lot of times too. And when things change, even for the better, some things come out and show their ugly little faces. All right. Third eye chakra, thank you. That's our future energy. We're moving toward another 6. Beautiful. We're moving toward our inner knowing, our intuition, and trusting our third eye, which is the pineal gland, which is in right here. Seeing things from, when you shut your mouth and close your eyes and you're having thoughts, that energy is coming from somewhere that's inside from your mind. So that's energy that exists, just like your third eye exists. So that's your future. That's the future energy. What's our blockages and challenges about all this? That'll go in the middle. What we need to focus on, blockages and challenges. Yeah. Discontent and boredom, correct. 4, another stable number. So yes, we've been hanging out, waiting for change, and kind of getting stuck, kind of getting a little antsy. I get it. That's our blockages, but that we're going to clarify on that. And then your thoughts and feelings and hopes and fears. It's kind of the same thing. Thoughts, feelings, hopes, fears. It's been a tough kind of 4 to 7 years, I can tell you that. Since 2020, it's been very challenging, and just before that too. Probably from 2016, it's been nothing but huge ups and downs and changes and a lot of ugliness on the planet, and people don't like to be told that what they've been told has been lies all this time. I took that one. Universe. Bingo. Hopes and fears that this is over, that we're finally moving on to our, and I'll get to that. I'm getting a download on that one. That's a 21, which is great. That's the last card in the deck. This is the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck by John Holland. It's a great deck. This is the final deck in the Major Arcana, which means we finally reached this, and I have some thoughts and feelings on that. Basically, this is our third time as humanity to try to get this far where the evolution of humanity is going, so this is fantastic. So we'll get to that. That's your hopes, thoughts, and fears, and what we don't see at the bottom of the deck. Spiritual strength. Spiritual strength. Excellent. Spiritual strength, that's a 9. We're on the precipice of feeling and seeing our spirituality as a human collective, so fantastic. Fantastic. By the way, I have cats running around, so if you hear any bumps, things, cries, meows, chasing, that's them. They love to do those things. All right, so yes, we are going to pick this is the Wizard of Oz and Wonderland deck. If you don't know this deck, it's fantastic. I adore this deck, and it's very powerful and spiritual, and I connect to my ancestors with this deck, so I've asked my ancestors to come down, Archangel Michael, to verify what I have been channeling, which is, again, Judgment Day is here, and that has to do with the current energy of moving on. So we're going to start with that. We're going to start with that card first. So why is this card here, which I do believe we're facing the sun now. We're turning our back on things that are awful and evil and not right and not just. So tell me more about this. Get this out of the way. Moving on card, please. We are starting to connect with our spiritual, yes, Two of Swords in reverse. We're no longer stuck in the shadows. We're moving out of the shadows. We're starting to see things for what and who they really are. And with that, once you learn that, once you see this, you can't unlearn it, which is part of our human development. Thank you. As a collective, we need to go together, because if we don't go together in the majority, now, free will is a thing. You can have a choice whether or not you want to be on what timeline you want to be on. Do you want to be on the good and happy timeline, or do you want to continue to learn certain lessons over again? That's okay. There's no right or wrong. It's a choice. But a human collective, together, we need to go in a way that is bringing the evolution to the whole existence of the universe and the planet and humanity all in one swoop, I'm hearing. So it's very good. We've been here before. Atlantis, the Aztecs time. I mean, there's a lot of times we were very smart. We had a lot of wealth as a humanity as a whole, but we weren't as a collective unit like we are now, with the invention of the internet and with the invention of knowing things right away. The human collective can choose whether or not they want to evolve or they want to continue to repeat cycles. But now is the time that we have, third time's a charm, I heard. Now is the time that we're definitely moving into a better existence with God, the universe, humanity, the animals, all of it. And we all go together, even the animals on the planet, they're all involved. Okay, what else? Can I get more on this Two of Swords in reverse? We're definitely turning our back on the shadow. See how here's that this guy's back is turned to the dark. So that is what we're doing. We're turning our back on things in art. We're sick and tired of being treated like crap. And now we're about to turn our back on the evil, the world. Here it is. Thank you, Spirit. It's over. We're looking through the looking glass. We're starting to see things as they really are in the mirror. We're looking at it and seeing what is the truth. We're finding out what the truth is now. Thank you, Spirit. We're done being lied to. That's coming in the hopes and feelings. We're hoping that this is the actual, that's the kind of vibe I'm getting. Humanity's at a place where we're starting to have hope again. And that's so important, because if you don't have hope, you have nothing, along with spirit and love of the God, love of the universe. But again, we're starting to see things as they truly are in the looking glass. And that is a major arcana, the world. That's another ending. We're starting to stop believing in people and things that are about the 7 deadlies. I heard things that are about greed, things that are about envy and jealousy and ego. We're learning to be more light. We're learning to see how in this card that the light is a feather, the leaves that are falling down. We're starting to see how what we think and feel affects our outcome of our existence. And that's so important that we understand. And we're going to get to the third eye here in a second. That's our future outcome and future energy. We're starting to trust our intuition. We're starting to trust who we are and turning our back on things and the lies that have been told to us. Thank you. We're going to find out the truth. We're finding out the truth. And how do you know? This has been my thing for the last 10 years. How do we know what's being true? And I had to go inward, and that's exactly what my angels and spirit guide said. Turn off the television, turn off everything else, and shut it down and go into your heart space. The truth will show you in. You got to go within in order to know what the truth is. With AI, with all kinds of crazy lies that are out there, you have to kind of know what the truth is. And the only way you can do that is go inward, is what I'm hearing. But we are about to be given more truth, and you're going to know what the truth is. And listen to your intuition is what spirits, and that came out in the pre-shuffle too. Listening to your intuition, which is the third eye, which is going to help corroborate that. One more, and what is ending? We know that we're going to be looking in the looking glass, but what else is ending in the world? We got the Two of Swords in reverse in the world, which means starting to see things in the true form of what they truly are, whether or not you're being told something that goes against what you know is true. You're going to start believing yourself, and you're going to start to see things that corroborate your intuition. Thank you, Spirit. Anything else on the current energy? Can I get one more? Thank you. Nine of Wands. Beautiful. We're defending we're defending ourselves. Finally, our thoughts, our beliefs, what we know is true. We're not going to cowardly sit down now and blindly believe what people are saying when we know it's not the truth. That's really what's happening now. Standing firm, standing strong. Look at this beautiful card. Look what's up above him. That's an owl. That's an owl of truth coming down to protect you from everything else that isn't true. You're starting to realize now that who's who in the zoo, why they've been doing, it's about to unfold. Currently, small truths over and over and over. It's Spirit saying we had to tell them over and over and over and over. You can't just do it once because they weren't believing it. You have to repetitively say things over and over, I'm hearing. And so to the part now where you're starting to feel strong in your own skin, you're starting to believe in your own thoughts, starting to stand up for yourself, and knowing what the truth is, standing up for humanity, standing up for the truth, standing up for children, standing up for animals, things that are important to you. You're starting to protect what's important. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Starting to separate what isn't for you financially, spiritually, and moving it aside. That's fantastic. Okay, so that's currently where we are. We're starting to see the truth. It's starting to be shown to us through the higher realms. And then again, I'm being brought out to the universe again. There's going to be more things that come from the universe that help us as a collective whole. It may or may not be understood right away, but eventually it's all going to come together. And I'm seeing a puzzle, and the puzzle pieces are going into place. That's the universe's way of saying you're going to get bits and pieces because humanity can't handle the truth all at once. It would crumble if the spirit of humanity, if they knew what was really going on all at once. You have to incrementally give little layers. It's like you can't go from emceeing the alphabet. You can't go from A to Z. You got to go A to B, B to C until you get to Z. Because if you went from A to Z, humanity's soul and I know what they're trying to say, convey. Basically, when I woke up, I learned a lot of stuff all at once, and it made me viscerally ill to see how evil humanity could be. And when we find out, we're seeing little bits and pieces of it, but it's so dark and it's so terrible that people would turn their back on God, and the spirits and angels are saying we couldn't have that. So this isn't God doing this. This was humanity doing this to themselves. And the dark force is having a hand in that because we have free will. They can't make choices for us. We had to do it ourselves, but we were lied to, which made it, of course, that's what the devil does and the dark forces do. They lie. They promise you things that aren't going to be really for your best interest. And because it's shiny and lovely, you think that you want to do it. And you want to take the easy way out sometimes, and that's what happens. And people got greedy, and people were ugly, and it's a small percentage of humanity. Mostly humanity is good. But when people find out they've been lied to their entire lives about staple things, they're going to find out and feel duped and get angry. And we don't want civil war. So this is the way this has had to be. It had to go this way, Spirit said. It seemed like it's a long way around, but it was the least amount of death and destruction to do it this way, is what I heard. So now we're going into our, Two of Cups. Now we're going to our third eye chakra, looking at what we love, who we love, bringing more love to the planet. That's what this is. 6 and 2 is 8. It's more of a divine existence, more of love, more of compassion, more of patience, more of giving, more trusting in that we are all one. We are not divided. They want us divided. We are not divided. We are all human beings, no matter what we are, who we are, where we're from, what color we are. We're all of the same source. And that is something that we're starting to learn. 9 of Swords. It's been a tough go. This is future outcome. There's no more, it's going to take a lot of mental strength, I heard, to sift through the garbage. That's what I just heard. You're starting to trust your inner knowing of what was being told to you may or may not be the truth, even things that are far out. Listen, I'm not a flat earther, but this is the example they're giving me. It could be you find out that the earth is flat after all. And not that I believe that, I don't know it, but that's an example. There's going to be things that you could have sworn your life on 10 years ago that are going to come out to be not true anymore, and you're going to know it to be the truth now. In the future, you're going to be like, wow, I can't believe how I believe this stuff. It's not our fault. I mean, future energy is things that we're going to be told and found out that this actual truth over what we knew is true before is going to be heartbreaking, I heard, but it's not because we are dumb. It's not because we couldn't see it for ourselves. It's because there was a big psyop going on in the whole collective of humanity, people with money, and the powers that be kept this from us because they want to not help us, put us in a place of hopelessness. Thank you. They did not want us to evolve. We are our own creators in our own right, and if we knew what we are going to find out is how much power that we actually had, they would never have been able to control us. This is what the Spirit is saying. We're starting to see, again, these two here, I'm looking at their little faces. Two of Cups. Normally in the regular tarot, that's a great card to have. It's almost like you're like, wow, really? Wow. And that's kind of the vibe you're starting to see, like, oh my God, why didn't I see this before? Spirit saying we are always here to help, support, and guide you, but it was a tough defeat to get over the lies and to get over the things that humanity wanted to believe, is what I heard. Humanity wanted to believe some of these things, and they didn't want to see the truth, but now we are. We're using our third eye. We're using meditation. We're starting to get more holistic in our delivery of spirituality. Is starting to play a big factor, and we're not going to... Nine of Swords. We're not going to ignore the truth, because that's what the swords are about. Mental speaking. We're about, in your mind, you're not avoiding you're not going to, thank you, you're not going to live in denial anymore. Exactly. No more, you're going to have to face the truth, because that's over here in the present. Now that you're facing the truth, you have to go through all the mental anguish of the years of the things that you've been told that aren't true now, and you're starting to see the truth. And you're learning to love again after this. It's in the future energy, so you're learning to love again after all these things have been done to you. But again, this is all meant to be, as far as because of this fact is why we're starting to see it now, is why the human collective can move forward. And that's a great thing. So Spirit is trying to explain and express to me that even though this was terrible, what was done to us, it was all part of the plan. I know that's hard to believe and you don't understand that yet, but you will, of why we are moving forward now. And because of the things we went through, is bringing us into a stronger foundation of spirituality in the future. That's a great message. It's tough. It's tough to know that there's still things that are going to come out that we're going to have to, we may never know the truth on some things, but most things we will. Yeah, Ten of Swords. The heartbreak is down. We're done. Ten of Swords. Over. The Ten of Swords I like, because that means you can't hurt me any more than you've already hurt me. So now we're moving on to the beautiful, look at the background of this house. Things are starting to turn around, and this is the future energy. We're going to learn about, we have to know about the things that were done in the dark. Spirit is saying this is the future outcome. We're starting to hear about it now, but we're going to get the full gravity of it very shortly. I don't know how long, we're 6 months, 6 years, you're going to get the whole picture, little by little by little. I'm hearing little by little. You have to know a little bit at a time, Spirit keeps saying, because human psyche, the human collective, look how COVID went down. Everybody lost their shit, right? That was just an illness, a virus. Imagine when you start to hear about the other awful atrocities to mankind across the globe, things that were done in the dark, it's going to be too much hurt for the heart. So some things aren't going to be exposed all at once. It has to be little by little, but some things do have to come out. It has to come out because you have to face what was being done so we don't repeat the future. So we grow from this. It's going to hurt. It's going to suck. But it's about to turn the page, as far as I'm seeing the page, we're turning the page on what has been done to us. And we are, as a collective, have to forgive in order to move forward. It's going to be hard. I meant heart. So our heart's going to take a hit. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. It hurts because you're a good person. If this sucks, it's because you're a good person. The people that are going to feel this the most are the empaths. So if you've woken up already, it's because you've been chosen to help others who aren't there yet. So that's the future energy. You're going to have to wake up to who you are. I'm hearing you're waking up to who you are. Look at how sleepy their faces are. Thank you, Spirit. That's what's happening with this. You're starting to wake up. This is the future energy. If you haven't gotten there yet, you're completely going to be awoke by your slumber when it comes to what we're here to really do and what life is all about and what's been really going on. And it's right on time, I heard. Right on time. Okay, can I get any more? I know it's hard. Believe me, I've been there. It's hard to face how can humanity be such a terrible, cruel... It's not all humanity, Spirit's correcting me. It's not. It's a small super elite that have controlled the planet for so long. But they're getting rid of those, and some of these starships that are coming in that we don't see because they cloak themselves, they're taking them off planet. That's why you're seeing the earth look brighter. That's why you're seeing the sky look better. It's not just because of the chemtrails, it's because the veil is thinning. That dark veil is leaving and the light and truth is coming in. Cockroaches, they scatter when the lights go on, right? 20 on the clock, let's move. One more on this. Future energy and outcome. Future, can I get one more on the future? It seems like it's not gonna, it might get a little darker before it gets lighter, but it's happening. It's happening because when you corner a rat, I heard, when you corner a rat, they lash out. So there could be one more little false flag event that we got to deal with, but this is the final push. It's the final push, but you are going to see some people start to be held accountable. If you're not seeing it already, look around. People in your own life, people on the news. I got 2. All right, thank you. Yeah, the flying monkeys. 4 wands came out 3 times in the pre-shuffle. I'm so glad to see it. We're bringing in the chariot, the flying monkeys. We're reining in the flying monkeys. We're bringing in, it's moving fast. We're bringing in stability and anchoring that in. Thank you. Anchoring in stability at the bottom there. See, boom, that's future energy. More of this is happening. We're bringing in, look how happy these little kids are. Yay, we're starting to get, thank you. Look at the kids. I'm hurrying. Look at the kids. We're waking up and we're starting to embody our childlike spirit of who we used to be as children. That's important. Bringing the youth back to the planet, bringing children to the planet. All right, I know some people may not like to hear this. Our population is not the problem. We have enough space on the planet. Bringing, when Jesus or God said, go forward and be fruitful and multiply, he wasn't kidding. He wasn't kidding about that. The more people on the planet, the better. That's what I'm hearing. So we need to, children are our future. I keep hearing children, Michael Jackson said, children are our future. That's true. Let them lead the way. The children should be leading the way. They are purest to the light. They come straight from source. They are non-corrupted. Children are the blessing of the planet. So you need to keep that in mind when you have children. They are, they're going to show us. Sometimes our kids show us who and what we should really be like, more like them. So that's what I'm hearing, more like the children. So that's fantastic. Stability, 4, 4, 6, 6. We're getting balance, which is good. So let's go to our thoughts and feelings. Yes, this is the boredom and discontent. That's stopping. We got 2 4s, 2 6s. This is great. And then the world. This is all, we're wrapping up a cycle and going into the new earth. Thank you, Spirit. And with that, boredom is going to end. Let's see, why is the boredom and discontent for our thoughts and feelings? That right now, this could be how you're feeling. It kind of goes along with current energy. We're moving on from being bored and things are about to speed up. So why is the discontent and boredom about? With our thoughts and feelings and hopes and fears. We don't want to be bored and discontent anymore. That could be your fear. I'm going to say thoughts and fears. That's going to go with that. What is this about? I know some of you are so afraid that this isn't really happening. But again, look around. Spirit is saying this has been the first time on this incarnation of our lifetime that this has happened. Now, this happened before, but we've gotten to this point and the dark forces have won and they've taken over. But this is not happening again. This is it. We are here. We've passed the test. The human collective has passed and we are moving on to the next energy level. We're leveling up. We're not going down. We're leveling up. And we're starting to see things as they really are. So that is going to change, this discontent and boredom. We're starting to see big things change, big technological advances. Technology is about to advance into a place you've never seen, I heard, especially healthcare. Things that people are going to start getting better treatment and healthcare. And technology will start saving lives, cures for things. You're going to be so upset when you find out how easy it was to cure Spirit saying things. Yeah, this is it. Your thoughts and feelings are you're manifesting new beginnings and you want to hope that this is real this time. Yes, it is, Spirit is saying. Don't stop believing. I hear that journey. Don't stop believing. If you've never heard, I hear music too, by the way, when I get downloads. So that you have manifested this change for yourself, not only for you, but the collective has manifested change not only for themselves, but for the planet. And this is why this is happening, because many, many people are starting to listen to their third eye chakra, their intuition. They're believing in it. And when you believe in things, Spirit says, that's how you manifest it into the reality. As so above, so below. And that is what's happening. You're starting to change how you feel about the planet, yourself, your surroundings. You're taking charge of your life, which in fact, because you're doing that, if every collective does that, it makes the entire planet change. So that's fantastic. And it's like that telephone game. One does it, the other does it, the other does it, and everybody's doing it. And everybody's starting to feel good about and hopeful that this isn't like gonna be a one gigantic psyop that slaps us down again. Spirit says, don't go into that thought, because if you do that, you'll manifest that. Don't do that. Continue to be light of heart. Continue to feel like a child. Continue to believe in miracles. This is like a little magic wand. That's what you're doing. I'm talking to somebody who can create anything. That's fantastic for you guys. That's amazing. I'm talking to somebody who can create whatever they want, and it makes it happen. You're a master manifester. There are forces around you that are trying to knock you off your timeline. It's not happening. You're already there. You've anchored it in, and you're resonating so high. I'm hearing that you can't. They can't. They are forced to face the music. I heard. They are forced to look in the mirror of who they are and what they've done. There is judgment is here. I hope I get the judgment card. I'm getting itches in my ear. So I hope the judgment card comes out. So this is your thoughts and feelings on things. You're hoping that this is going to be real, that this what you're seeing and the world is moving is really happening. And you're also hoping that this is you have gifts, and you're a fear that this may be your imagination. It is not. It is not. Your spirits and angel guides, we're going to pull angel cards in a little bit. Your angel messages are telling you, we're giving you downloads in dreams. We're giving you downloads in your synchronicities, numbers. Believe them, because that's the way they talk to you. They can't embody somebody and talk. I mean, sometimes they might. If you're hearing conversations, then all of a sudden your ear tunes into something that's not a party to you, but it makes sense to you. That's your spirit angel guides focusing on that, so you hear it. And if it does apply to you, they're talking to you in all kinds of ways, I heard. All right, anything more on your thoughts, feelings, and hopes and fears? Yeah, the devil's right there. Bingo. In reverse, though. I'm putting that back. That mother effer is never far behind. If you allow him to come in, that's how they can affect you. I'm hearing Spirit says you only can become this energy of discontent and boredom if you allow the spirit of discontent and boredom and those negative energies in. You have to willingly bring them down. You have to bring down your resonating energy in order to get there. They can't come up. They can't They can if they choose to, but the devil's not going to. So the only way that he can affect you, or the dark forces can affect you, is if you allow them to, which means you're bringing your vibration down, which is doing things like drinking, smoking, gluttony, all those 7 deadlies on the repetitive. And that negative self-talk is what I'm hearing is the worst. Do not talk negative self-talk. Everything is beautiful. Love, luck, money, and abundance. You continue to say that mantra every day. It comes easily and effortlessly to my life, and it will. And it will. All right. You are the magician. You are the master manifester of your current reality. Now you're starting to see this. Now you're starting to see that you have gifts that maybe you didn't think you had before. Spirit says, yes, you do. That is not a fantasy. Maybe people told you that you don't have those. Maybe I'm talking to another reader. Maybe somebody who's psychic intuitive has some of the clairs. You are somebody that has these abilities. You have to trust that, because you were put here for those reasons, so you can help others. Now, blockages, challenges, future energy, outcome. Blockages and challenges. That was that. Okay. The final outcome is the universe. We're not going to think about negative energy anymore. We're going to say, the universe. Why is the universe here? It's the message. I thought that maybe that was your hopes and feelings, that this is really over, and it is. It is. Yeah. There it is. I was just talking about the High Priestess, your abilities. Spirit's doubling down. They're telling you have these abilities. You're pulling it down from the universe itself. Look how gorgeous these 2 cards are together. The ending of you not believing in who you truly are and who you're presenting to the world is over. You know who you are now. That is important that you know that you woke up, because you're doing that already. You've already woke up to what you know and love and who you are, and the childlike. You were this person as a child, and maybe over time that kind of got away from you because you didn't believe it. Nobody was trusting you. The universe said they cloaked you. I love the little ball she's got up at her over her shoulder. That's like the universe looking over your shoulder, telling you, yes, we had your back the entire time. We've cloaked you at times so that nobody would treat you even more terribly than they were. They had to keep you in kind of a secret. You're somebody that changes the grid on the planet, the timeline. You are somebody that shows people the truth of who they are, and they don't like it. And in the past, the veil was so thick and the denial was there so strong that nobody wanted to see the truth. And therefore, they treated you terribly because they knew that deep down in their subconscious that you were right. But the illusion was so strong and everybody was believing their illusion. So you were the only one that was the problem, I heard. So if you just got rid of the problem, then my illusion can continue. So that was what was happening, and the universe allowed it because it made you stronger of who you are today. Thank you. That's the truth. My nose is itching, and there's a little gnat flying around again. Yes, you have monitoring spirits with you the entire lifetime since you were a child. I heard you were a child sent in this timeline for this moment, and the angels and spirit guides had your back while these monitoring spirits tried to derail you. The only person that could get you off your path was you, but you held firm in your belief for blessings for those who held tight in their beliefs and their truth. You are somebody who tells the truth, I heard. My collective is the truth teller, and that because of that, people had to be seeing the beautiful gifts that you had. They don't like that because they couldn't do it for themselves. They could if they wanted to, but they didn't believe that they could. And therefore, you believed in yourself a lot of times when people didn't. And that bothered people. What else? Why is the height? This is major arcanas here. This is the essence of who you are is this, my collective. And what is the object of my collective now? What is their advice for this energy now that you know who you are? What's the advice? Now that you know who you are for my collective, what's the advice for them to do now that they are in their divine order, their divine assignment, and their north node? If you don't know what your north node is, you can check your astrological chart. That's what you're meant to do. Now that you're awoken up to who you are, that's all that the north node is that you've awakened to your purpose of this planet, why you're here. Whereas you were asleep before, but now you're awake, and now that you are awake, nobody can put the bear back to sleep. Nobody can put you back to sleep now that you know it. It's like learning how to read. Now you can't unlearn it. You know it. Once you know it, you can't stop. Here it is. Your Wheel of Fortune is here. Thank you. Blessings are here for those who held the light. Your mission is to not only help and bring the light to the planet, but to show everybody how you can do it all by yourself. I'm talking to somebody who's probably doing this all alone. Your blessings are here. They're going to pour in. Now mine's starting to speed up. The energy's coming at me at a very high pace. Things are about to speed up for you. They're so excited. I'm feeling giddy with this. I'm feeling giddy. So you're finding out that you're about to inherit some large amount of money, or about to get the job of your dreams, or about to get everything you've always wanted, and the blockages are being put away. The universe is saying, congratulations. We are taking those blockages away now. It's time for you to get on stage and be fully seen, I heard. It's time for you to be seen in the beautiful glory of all the glory you are. There's no more cloaking. No more cloaking. Look at these two. They got the same. You got the world behind you. Look at these two cards. They got the world behind them, the moon, the stars. You're all of it, and then some. I'm surprised the Empress hasn't come out. You've got your spiritual strength, which you don't see now. They've been holding this for you until now. The spirit, angels, and ancestors, they are congratulating you because look at that. Oh my God, I'm getting emotional. Look what's behind it. The sun. Look what's behind you. There's nothing, all the planets, everything are aligning for you right now, my collective. Beautiful. This is meant to be for the entire planet. You've been chosen. You're here to bring love, light, and abundance to all that encounter you. You're not going to allow anybody in that doesn't deserve to be in your energy, because now you have your third eye is wide open. You're seeing things as they truly are. People, places, surroundings. You're only bringing in stability. You're bringing in love and happiness. You might be able to find your divine kingdom spouse or kingdom partner if you don't want to get married. I don't agree with that either. I don't particularly want to be tied to anybody, but somebody who complements your life, somebody who's going to be here to make sure that you are, look at this beautiful card. You're here to just bring love, peace, and harmony. I don't even know what else to say on this. This has been an amazing reading, collective. Hang in there. Your abundance, your strength, you've manifested this from the moment you were a little kid. I heard the moment you could consciously, when you realized, I'm talking to somebody who had a moment when they were a child and you knew, I'm here for a big purpose. And you may not have thought those words, but you knew you were going to be something big when you were little. And then somewhere along the line, the flying monkeys tried to bring that down and tell you, and if you probably went through your lifetime, all the challenges you went through, all the miraculous miracles and luck that you got out of those things, that your ancestors had your back the entire time. Look how strong they're holding up all that is important to you. They had to protect you up until this point because you were needed. You were needed. I heard you were needed so much for this moment in time. 666. I'm getting all these sixes. That's amazing. 17 is the sun here in this deck. The star. I think this is actually the star. I want to make sure that I get that right, but that's, yeah, I think 17 is, today's the 17th, I heard. Thank you. It's starting. You might get some big news today on the, it's the hope, and it is the star. Exactly. You are the star. It was wrong, not the sun, but that too, but you are the star. You are a star seed. Thank you. Bingo. This is you, collective. Congratulations. I accept it. And if you resonate and you absolutely find yourself in this is who you are, claim it in the comment section. I am the star. I am what is right, just, and truth, and I am blessed. Anything like that, emoji. Well, I appreciate you all. If you've made it this far, congratulations. I love you all with all my heart. I pray that this is resonating for you all as it is for me. And I will see you on the next one, October 17th. Boy, this is the starting of our life is just beginning. Judgment Day is here. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.